Hey, so welcome everyone to your evening meditation. Just giving yourself half an hour's time out to go deeper, to let go of any fear that's occurring. Today's workbook lesson 323 we're going to be meditating on. It's all about letting go of fear. So just going somewhere where you're not going to be disturbed for the next half an hour. Just putting your phone on mute or silent, and sitting comfortably in your favorite meditation posture, whatever that happens to be. So you could sit, if you're sitting in a chair, feet shoulder width apart, cup your hands in your lap, keep your back straight. You could also sit cross-legged, the floor in lotus or half lotus if you're an advanced meditator. Just finding a position that's comfortable. The main thing is keep your back straight. Close your eyes. And you're going to start off by taking a nice deep breath in through the nose. So filling up the lower stomach, feel the life energy flowing into the stomach, and then squeeze the sphincter muscle. It's the muscle used to contract the flow of urine, and that just raises, right, pushes the energy up like a pumping action. And you breathe in again and you feel this life energy running up the spine into your heart center. Imagine it's like the cresting of a wave in the ocean. And you just take another sip of air into the upper chest and then into the head. You just pause at the top of the inhale and just scan your mind. So just noticing any thoughts going on in there, particularly anything that's you could call negative. These kinds of thoughts and emotions are what we need to be vigilant about. So any fear, any anxiety, just letting it all go. Noticing how it feels mentally, physically, emotionally. And then just choosing to let it all go with the breath. So I gladly make the sacrifice of fear, which is today's lesson. And just blow it all out with the breath. Imagine this, it's like the cresting of a wave. It's just crested and the energy just flows back down, subsiding back down into the stomach, lower stomach, energy coming to rest there. And you're just blowing all this negativity out. Pull the lower stomach into the spine. Expel the last remaining air out. And finding some peace and stillness at the bottom of the exhale. And now breathing in again. Notice how the stomach rises, chest rises, subtle flow of air through the nostrils. Squeeze the sphincter muscle. Feel this life energy rising up into the chest. Put one hand on your chest. Feel a nice warm, tingling sensation in your chest. And then another sip of air up into your head. Feel this warm, tingling sensation running up your spine into the crown of your head. Just pause at the top of the inhale, smile. for no other reason than that you're here, you're aware, you're alive. And you can be fearless as a result. And then exhale, just sighing it all out. And it will go with your breath. Notice the sighing sound in the back of your throat again, like the ocean, like the wave just breaking back into the ocean. And just feel the energy subsiding back down front channel of your body, coming to rest in the stomach and the groin. Pause at the bottom of the exhale, find the stillness, smile, and then repeat the cycle. So just breathing in, notice the stomach rise, the chest rise, subtle flow of air into the nostrils, squeeze the sphincter muscle, notice the life energy rising up the spine, nice warm tingling sensation. Pause at the top of the inhale. The wave crests. And then you exhale, just sigh it all out, letting it all go. Remind yourself there's really nothing else to do, there's nowhere else to go. There's nothing else to think about. Just breathe, relax, and be still. For the next 20 minutes or so, as you listen to these words, I'm going to share with you these profound words of wisdom from the preliminary section to today's workbook lesson on what is creation. So the way to listen to these words is just listen energetically rather than intellectually. You listen in a way that you can really feel the emotions, feel the state of being which these words are pointing to, rather than just trying to intellectually understand them. So just allow the words to drop in to your awareness, into the stillness. And you let them sink in like pebbles dropping into a very still, calm lake on a windless day. Because your mind is so still, the ripple effects are going to be noticeable. And ripple all the way into the depths of your subconscious mind, which is where these ideas are needed to help you to undo this default thought system of the ego, which is very deeply entrenched in the mind. So just listen in this way, keep watching your breath, taking nice deep slow inhales and exhales. And that keeps your mind very present, very open but aware. So you can listen in the way that I've described, energetically and emotionally. Feel the words, feel the energy of the words rather than just try and intellectually understand them with the mind. And keep watching your breath. So what is creation? Is the question. So let's hear what Jesus has to say in answer to this. Creation is the sum of all God's thoughts. You can always substitute the word God with the word love. So you can say the same thing as creation is the sum of all love's thoughts. In number infinite and everywhere without all limit. Only love creates, and only like itself. There was no time when all that it created was not there, nor will there be a time when anything that it created suffers any loss. Forever and forever are God's thoughts or love's thoughts, exactly as they were and as they are, unchanged through time and after time is done. Just pause, watch your breath, bring nice, deep, slow, rhythmical breaths, keeping the mind nice and still, calm, empty, open but aware, just letting these ideas drop in. Feel the energy of the words. Feel the peace and the love and the joy that they speak about, not as intellectual concepts, but as felt experience. And so just keep watching your breath. As you do this, as you listen. So God's thoughts, love's thoughts, are given all the power that their own creator has. For he would add to love by its extension. Thus his Son shares in creation, must therefore share in power to create. So it actually tells us there that we're just the extension of love. That's what the Son of God means. What God or love has willed to be forever one will still be one when time is over and will not be changed throughout the course of time, remaining as it was before the thought of time began. Creation is the opposite of all illusions, for creation is the truth. Creation is the Holy Son of God, the holy extension of love itself. For in creation is his will or its will, complete in every aspect, making every part container of the whole. Its oneness is forever guaranteed, inviolate, forever held within his or its holy will, beyond all possibility of harm, separation, imperfection, and of any spot upon its sinlessness. Just pause, watch the breath, reflect on that. Smile. And feel the expansiveness, the infinite love that this profound section is pointing to. We are one with an infinite love that is beyond intellectual comprehension, beyond all possibility of harm, separation, imperfection, and any spot upon its sinlessness. It's flawless, it's holy, complete unto itself. So you get a sense of that sinking into this place in your mind. It's flawless, sinless, holy, complete, infinite, eternal. We are creation, we the sons of God, extensions of love itself. We seem to be discreet and unaware of our eternal unity with Him and with love. Yet back of all our doubts, past all our fears, there still is certainty. For love remains with all its thoughts, its sureness being theirs. God's memory, love's memory, is in our holy minds, which know their oneness and their unity with their Creator. Let our function be only to let this memory return, only to let God's will, love's will, be done on earth, only to be restored to sanity, and to be but as God or love created us. Our Father, our source, calls to us. We hear his voice and we forgive creation. This is little creation. The miscreation of the ego is what it's referring to in the name of its creator. And so it's talking about the name of the creator of truth, of oneness, of heaven, holiness itself, whose holiness his own creation shares. His holiness is still a part of us. So just rest for a few moments, watch your breath. Just to kind of absorb the energy, frequency of these words that I've just read you. Feel a sense of an infinite, eternal, loving presence in you. It's just very expansive, very calming, very peaceful. There's really nowhere else to go, nothing else to do. Just breathe, relax, be still as we move into considering lesson 323 from the workbook. So take a nice deep breath in again. In through the nose, you're noticing how the stomach rises. So you're breathing into the belly button and into the heart center. Squeeze the sphincter muscles, so pump the energy up the spine. Feel this nice warm tingling sensation, this tide of energy rising up into chest, into your back, and up into your head, the crown of your head. Just pause at the top of the inhale, smile. Say, I gladly make the sacrifice of fear. Just notice any fear thoughts knocking around in your mind. Could just be a general anxiety about your life, the state of the world. Could be something specific related to a specific situation, maybe lack of money. So that's a big one. Fear that someone or something is going to disappoint you. And just notice how that feels. So notice any physical sensations, maybe a knot in your stomach, dry mouth, sweaty palms, clenched jaw. The extreme nausea and panic attacks can come from fear. The chemicals that fear thoughts induce in our bodies are very powerful. They have significant physical effects. So notice those, and now just choose to let it all go with the breath. So you're just going to drop thoughts, drop the emotions, the feelings, the energy into the nothingness that it really is. This is making the sacrifice of fear. It's a quote, sacrifice of fear. It's not really a sacrifice. Pull the lower stomach into the spine, so breathe the last remaining air and negativity out. Just pause here for a few moments in the stillness, smile, and then breathe in again. Nice, deep, slow, rhythmical breaths in and out through the nose. Step back, watch the breath. And again, allow these words just to permeate into a deeper part of your mind, subconscious. Feel the energy behind the words, rather than just trying to intellectually understand them. So here is the only sacrifice, quote, you ask of your beloved Son. You ask him to give up all suffering, all sense of loss and sadness, all anxiety and doubt, and freely let your love come streaming in to his awareness, healing him of pain and giving him your own eternal joy. So have a sense of that happening. It's not just intellectual, it's a sense of just having let let go of all these ego miscreations, suffering, loss, sadness, anxiety, doubt. And you just freely let love come streaming into your awareness right now. And in love, there is no pain. And feel the joy in your heart. Feel a lifting up, rising up of your spirit. As you breathe in, feel that energy rising and your spirit soaring. And this is the only sacrifice that you ask of me, one I gladly make. The only cost, quote, cost of restoration of your memory to me for the salvation of the world. So you just addressed your higher self, your most innermost being, God, whatever you want to call it, creator, source. Really instructing your higher mind to come to the fore, to bring these higher thoughts and emotions into your experience. And as we pay the debt we owe to truth, the debt that merely is the letting go of self-deceptions and of images we worshipped falsely, truth returns to us in wholeness and in joy. We are deceived no longer. Love has now returned to our awareness, and we are at peace again, for fear has gone, and only love remains. And so I invite you now just to sink into that fearless state, a state in which only love remains. A couple of minutes of silence. There's really nowhere else to go and nothing else to do. For the next 2 minutes, just breathe, relax, be still, step back. Watch your breath as you do this. Let the breath take you deeper and deeper, each breath into this beautiful, peaceful, relaxed, loving state where there's only love. There really is nothing to fear. Give yourself the gift of this experience for the next 2 minutes of silence. And so just very gently, on the count of 3, you're going to bring your mind back into an awareness of the body, of the world. So 1, just breathing in. Notice the stomach rise, chest rise, subtle flow of air into the nostrils. Squeeze the sphincter muscle, notice that. Notice the energy flowing up the spine to the crown of the head. Pause at the top of the inhale, smile. Just because you're alive, you have awareness. And right now you're fearless, there's nothing to fear. And exhale, sigh it all out. Releasing the sighing sound in the back of your throat. Air flows out of your nostrils, the chest and the stomach suck back in. The energy subsides back down, the crown flowing down the front channel of your body into the lower stomach. Coming to rest there, pause at the bottom of the exhale, smile. Just appreciate the stillness and the peace that arises in these gaps between breaths. Notice the weight of your body pressing down into the chair, feet touching the ground. As you breathe in, again notice maybe there's a subtle smell in your nose, taste in your mouth. And notice what you're hearing in the surrounding environment. Just tuning into the very subtle sounds that are there that we often don't notice. Maybe the whirring of your computer fan, ticking of a clock, traffic in the distance, birds or crickets making sounds outside. Just allow these sounds to be, allow them to arise and then to subside with no mental commentary, no judgment on anything that you perceive with your senses. This is training your mind in non-judgmental perception, which is the only way to find lasting peace in this world and a state of fearlessness. As long as you give reality to the things that you see in the world, then so long is your mind enslaved, and fear, suffering, loss, sadness, anxiety, doubts, all these things arise when we focus our attention on the external world rather than on the inner world, the kingdom of heaven within, as Jesus called it. So 3, open your eyes. Just look around, noticing whatever's around you, the various objects in the room or wherever you happen to be, letting your eyes rest just for a few moments on each one. Make no judgment on anything. There's no mental commentary, there's no thought required about that object. You just allow it to be, and then you move on to something else. So again, you're training yourself to see. The visual sense is often the most dominant one. To see differently, to see non-judgmentally. So what you're doing is you're seeing beyond form to the formless, timeless awareness that is there in everything, the presence of holiness, presence of God, love, truth, oneness. Doesn't matter what you call it. Just feel it, experience it now. And by noticing it, you can anchor it in so that you stay locked onto that frequency for the rest of the evening and on into tomorrow. To help you to do that and stay connected to this, use the short recording, the breath break I sent you a little bit earlier. If you're in the Art of Letting Go community, we'll have it in the WhatsApp group. If you're out there on YouTube, then just pause every now and then, watch your breath, and you can easily just remind yourself, I gladly make the sacrifice of fear. And then let go with your breath of whatever seems to be making you fearful. So I wish you good practicing and a very peaceful and flowing evening ahead. Just looking ahead to tomorrow, we've got a discussion session tomorrow afternoon That's going to be starting at 1 p.m. UK time, 2 p.m. South African time. We'll do a meditation, and then that'll be followed by our discussion session, which then won't happen in the evening. So 2 p.m. to about 4:30 p.m. South African time, 1 to about 3 or 3:30 UK time. Join me on YouTube if you're out there, or if you're in the community, join in Zoom, and you're most welcome to participate and interact. I thought we'd talk about how you actually hear the voice of God, the Holy Spirit, and know that it is that voice, not the ego's voice, which really is one of the key learnings that we all need to learn. One of the things the Course in Miracles is trying to teach us. So I hope to see you tomorrow afternoon. And in the meantime, I wish you a very peaceful and flowing evening and weekend ahead. Thank you for listening. Namaste, which means the divine love, peace, and joy in me honors and acknowledges the divine love and peace in you.